My next guest is Dr Anaïs, and she's worked in hospitals across Germany and Switzerland. She's got the full scientific background, the years of study, and the clinical experience. But she reached a point when she realised she was only treating symptoms, not helping people heal. So she walked away from the system and moved to Bali. And she now helps people fix fatigue, gut issues, and hormone problems with a mind-body-soul approach. In this episode, we talk about bloating, burnout, nervous system regulation, cacao ceremonies, blood sugar, women's cycles, and how you can actually get your energy back. If you want some real practical steps that you can use today, stay locked in and enjoy the episode. Let's go. All right, Anaïs.
Hello.
Welcome to MindSoak. Now, you were a doctor in Switzerland, is that correct?
I used to work there, but I graduated in Germany.
Graduated in Germany, yeah, nice. So you were working at like a fairly big hospital, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Now, you're living in Bali, you're a doctor, and to some people it might be like a complete 180 from like a science-based background, degree, years of learning, all that type of stuff, and now you're on the other end of it. Can you explain what you do and why you decided to change? Like, what was the things that made you go, I need to swap?
I think the moment what changed the most was one particular moment. I remember that like it was yesterday. I was myself sitting in the doctor's office. I was just studying medicine, maybe like 1 year, 2 years in, something like that. I had crazy pain in my body, especially in the gut. I looked every day like I was pregnant and I just wanted help, right? So I was sitting in that office. He was like, so all your results coming back, they are all normal. I can do anything for you. You just have to live with it. And I was like, what the? I was like shocked. And this was the moment I think the doctor I am now was born. Even after studying all the years, I just found out we're just treating symptoms. We are not coming to the root cause, not treating what's really behind the symptoms, because the symptom just wants to tell you something, right? So after studying medicine and like my own journey also into spirituality and all of that, doing energy work, I became the doctor I am now. So doing really holistic health, mind, body, soul integrated.
Right. So that was a turning point and you started... Did you have to learn how to do all the like holistic side of things, or did you start, like, were you already kind of in that type of space?
I think I kind of was already in it. Like I always was like the health nerd, like between my friends. Like I like started looking into nutrition and all of that when I was like 13 or so, but not like so deep I am now, I would say. And I had to learn it on my own. Like we learn nothing about prevention, nothing about holistic health, nothing about nutrition, nutrients, whatever in studying medicine. This is like just insane. Maybe I have like 5 hours of like preventive medicine in 7 years of studying. This is just insane.
Yeah, it's wild. It's a lot of the medical stuff today, I feel, is like, it's how do I make it stop instead of how do I fix this problem. So it's like, you know, just for instance, a headache, like you take people just eat Panadol, or like ibuprofen or whatever they can get off the shelf, instead of like going, okay, have I had enough water today? Maybe I need to have a lie down, or like whatever 100%. It is. And I'm actually a huge advocate of like not using medicine, like or like pharmacy medicine type of thing. I think it's just because I like to be in tune with my body, in the sense of like, I know if I'm starting to get a headache or something, that I'm like, okay, I do need to like chill out for a bit, have a glass of water or something. So like, why should people look more into the holistic side of health? Like what are the biggest benefits that you've found, like not just for yourself, but like, because you obviously have got a half decent following on Instagram and stuff like that, and people are following you and getting results and stuff like that. So why should people do it?
I think because first of all, you get connected to yourself. Like if you just, like, let's say we stay with a headache, right? So you take ibuprofen or whatever, you make it away for, I don't know, some hours, some days, it will come back. All the time, or it will come back in a different shape, because your body, your soul wants to talk to you. It wants that you look like deeply into it, so it will come back. It will never go away, first thing. And having this consciousness or this awareness to be in connection with yourself, knowing, like listening to the intuition, listening to the inner voice, whatever it is, you will have way better vitality, energy, and greater outcomes in life.
How does someone like get in tune with that? Like, is there what's something that you started doing? Because like I know there's things like body scans and stuff like that where people like, you know, lay down and really try and like feel their body and stuff. And I've also actually had friends be like, you know, if you've got stress, it's something to do with your liver or kidney or something like that. And I don't know, like I'm a little bit of, I was going to say a little bit opposed to it, but I'm not. I'm probably more like, it seems like a little bit mumbo jumbo-y type of thing to me. And I'm just like, is that just because I don't understand it or I haven't experienced, like, I've got stress, there's something wrong with my liver, I take milk thistle or something like that, and then all of a sudden I'm stress-free, and it's like...
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I do think it helps, like, get a practitioner who knows what he or she is doing. Because this whole health word is, like, so big, you know? Everyone on Instagram was talking about supplements, do this, do that, and whatever. And, like, you just are overwhelmed with all the information, not knowing what to do with it. So I do think if you're not, like, deep into it, get someone who helps you. But also, just starting with, like, little things. Like, my, like, sacred thing is my morning. To, like, have this connection to myself. So, like, I do cacao every morning, for example. Like, I have a ceremonial cacao, so, like, to really heart opened, like, really connect with my body. But even if you don't do that, just, like, ask simple questions like, how am I feeling today? What do I need today? Like, do I feel any tension or whatever in my body? To really just like 5 or like 10 minutes of awareness in the morning. Like, this is just like life changing for me. Like, have this morning routine for you. It doesn't have to be like an hour long.
Nice. So you mentioned ceremonial cacao, and like I have no idea what that is. And since I've been living in Bali, I've actually like seen it a little bit more, and when I've been connecting with other people and stuff like that, I've like seen on stories and stuff like ceremonial cacao, and it looks like a wedding almost. Like some of the things that I've seen, and I'm just like, what is this? Why are these people doing it, and why am I seeing it so often?
Yeah, I mean, it's like very available here in Bali. It's not so typical in, let's say, Western countries like Germany or whatever. It's just like a different kind of cacao. It's like processed differently. It's like fermented, like very keep it natural, not very roasted. So it's like very how it's made. And it's just like all the nutrients beside in it, like magnesium and all of that, like high antioxidants, like cacao. So actually very healthy if we don't put all the sugar in it when we like buy chocolate in the supermarket, right? Okay. And there's like very heart opening. So it really like connects you to your heart space to feel whatever is there. And this is also like thing how you really heal. Just like let the things be there, whatever it wants to come up. So like I sit there in the morning with my cacao, and like maybe one day I'm like very happy and like I'm joyful, and one day I feel like, oh, I feel like a bit sad today, and then I just like let the sadness be there, sit with it, and it will go away by its own because I don't create resistance. Yeah. And also this is this thing of like treating symptoms like headaches. If I want to have it go away, I have resistance to it. It's like, I don't want that. Like, go away, headache. I don't want you. Yeah. Instead of like, hi, maybe this headache wants to tell me something. Also like maybe simple like, I didn't have water today. I need electrolytes. I need a rest. I didn't sleep well, whatever it is, right? So I think this is like the true path to healing.
Yeah, okay. So what is the cacao? How do you have it? Do you just like eat it out of the bag, or is it like like a cup of tea or something?
That's like a really cacao drink kind of. So like I just I cut it and then I heat it a bit up with like plant milk, like cashew almond or whatever. Yeah. I just put some nice spices in it, like cinnamon and that, and then I just like drink it.
Yeah,
and,
okay. So essentially it's like having a cup of tea or something. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, cool. That's super interesting. And like you said about it makes you feel connected and stuff like that. Is there, because for me, my like belief system type of thing, and again, it's just because I'm probably a little bit ignorant to it or naive or something like that, just because I don't know, I haven't done it. But to me, it's like, is that a placebo that you've been told that this thing does this, and that like, could you do it with a glass of water and be super in tune with yourself? Or how did do you know like the backstory of the cacao or anything?
I mean, the backstory is like we use cacao since like ancient times, like the Incas, Mayan, whatever. They used it for like ceremonies around the fire, for weddings, for like when they had fights, actually to come back together to like be in love again.
Yeah, right.
But of course, you can also do it with water and just like sit with yourself.
Yeah.
I just think the cacao helps,
Yeah,
like to, like it helps you better to like connect with yourself. But of course, you don't need cacao. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like easier, maybe, let's say. But
Yeah,
of course, you can sit in the morning 10 minutes with yourself, having a glass of good tea, water, whatever, and just have the intention of like, oh no, I want to feel into my body.
I like it. Is there anything in the westernized mainstream medical thing that you like super disagree with?
I mean, medications is the topic, right? I mean, I have to be a bit careful how I say it, but as a doctor.
Just say it.
But I mean, I'm not against medication. I know there are situations where you need it, especially in any kind of like emergency or whatever. But coming to like chronic illnesses, like it doesn't help, I would say, you know. So this is the thing, the most important topic I would not agree with.
Yeah. Cool. It's I find it really interesting that like you're a doctor and studied and did all that type of stuff and then swapped over to it because you saw this kind of like, maybe not gap in the market, but you just saw that like, or your own experience showed you that it was super, super difficult to trust it almost, because it's like a mask, isn't it?
Yeah, and also I think the moment, like myself, I worked in that hospital in Switzerland, even though it was like a holistic like hospital, I was like, when I don't stop working here, like I will burn out. It's like I asked myself, but what kind of people do I want to work with? Where do I want to work? How is the energy in my workplace? And I really had these moments where like I woke up full of energy. I did my workout, I did yoga, whatever. I went to work and I got headache.
Yeah,
like
right.
out of a sudden, I was like, okay, here's like something going on. I remember this particular moment. I really was like crying at my home. I was like, I don't want anymore. And my body is like, I'm getting tired. I have symptoms I normally don't have.
Yeah.
So literally, this place isn't for me. And this was the moment I decided I will go my own way.
Yeah.
Having no plan B. Just like I just quitted my job.
Yeah, nice. I love that type of stuff though. It's very character building, I think, when you just decide to do something and just.
Yeah.
So. What was your journey then? So like you've quit your job, you then move into like this more holistic side. What was your plan after you quit, or how did it, even if there was no plan, how did it unfold?
Yeah, I think like, so when I quitted my job, I had no savings, no like whatever. I had no plan at all. I just like something inside of me, like a deep voice was just telling me, stop it, like now. So then I tried some things. I don't know, I went to like conferences here there. I did like blog writing, and like I started my Instagram a bit, like take it a bit more serious than I did before, but like I had no like much followers than I have now. So I just like went like try and error kind of thing for like 1 year. And actually like last year, like everything like skyrocketed. So my Instagram grew out of nothing. Like I had my management coming in, I have partners that work, like brands coming in, all of that. So it kind of then worked out itself. But I also think because I did the inner work to like really see what limiting beliefs I have, where do I like hold myself back, where do I shrink myself and all of that. So like really working on myself and doing the inner work is leading to the outcome I wanted to have. And now living in Bali. I mean, I've been like a digital nomad for a while. Then I lived in Austria last year. I had my own center there, but I left it due to reasons. And then I came Bali.
Nice. And what did Bali open up for you? Was it just like, because I know there's a fairly big community of the like holistic health space here. So what did that open up for you? Was it just like meeting people, or did you learn things? Like, what was the big things for you?
I think big thing for like coming really back to myself, to like really, also like Bali I feel is very feminine, like the energy here, so really coming back to my feminine energy and to myself. And community was a big thing too. Like people I met here, I never had like such sisterhood or whatever, like especially women, like where like just love supporting each other, no competition or whatever we have mostly in like the Western world. So really like having this community in like the space for just being myself. I feel like here I can express myself way more authentically than in like Germany or whatever. Like you're so like judged in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, for sticking out in the crowd type of thing, or standing by yourself type of thing.
100%. Also, like, I mean, I do know my way is like a bit different than like, let's say, the normal doctor. Like, even though I do practice medicine still, but I also do like energy work, like really like very this holistic thing. So I do know there are like a lot of people who like judge it in a way. And I feel like here everyone's like, oh my God, I love it. And like, wow, like tell me more. You know, everyone's like so open-minded.
Yeah.
So this was like very healing for me.
Yeah, nice. That's really good. I love that. And that I had that like similar experience. Like you can kind of find your people here. It's kind of, it's like you're a bunch of outcasts almost type of thing. And it's like you can kind of find any which bunch of outcasts type of thing. So it's super, super nice. What was I going to say? So do you work mainly with fatigue? Is that right?
A lot, but not only. So I do have like the main, I would say, problems people come to me with is like fatigue, gut problems, hormonal issues. So I do work a lot with women, not only, but I would say like 85%, 90% of my clients are women. Also like to bring them back to their feminine energy, connect them with themselves again. Like I feel like so many people are like quite numb, like not in connection with their body, their mind, their spirit, or anything. So there's also like a lot of work I'm doing with them.
Yeah, okay. What's so if you could explain the top few things that you like help people with, and then kind of like dive into a little bit of like how people can overcome this type of stuff.
Yeah. So maybe let's start with gut problems, because this is the most I think the most people
like
come
unrecognized as well.
Like they have like bloating every day or like every like second day. And I think that what we do have to do first is to understand it's not normal. You know, the society's like, yeah, that's normal. Like you just have it, and like to understand, no, actually not. So first thing is to really look into your nutrition, like on a body level, like cutting out every like thing what can be inflammational, like gluten, milk products, seeds, and all the like legumes, like what's called like lentils and all of that. So really like cut these things out. And like often like when people just cut out gluten because it's so high inflammatory, they just like feel better after like 2 weeks.
Yeah, right. And is that like a baseline, like 2 weeks, no gluten type of
Longer,
thing?
like 4 weeks to 6 weeks, no gluten, no milk, and the other things. I think like milk products and gluten are the most important things. But like milk is high inflammatory.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like sheep and goat is like a bit better, but like cow milk is like very inflammatory for the body. It destroys the gut lining.
Yeah.
And same actually with gluten. And the thing is, because it's so hard to get off of it, is because it's kind of addictive. It stimulates the same receptors in the brain than like morphine.
Yeah, right. That's super interesting, because I actually get bloating a lot as well. And now that I think about it, like, because I've done heaps of diets and stuff like that and tried to figure out, like, just myself, like trial and error type of thing of what makes me feel good, what doesn't. I take note during the day if I, like, just have whole foods, meat, veg type of scenario, that I don't have bloating, blah, 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 blah. And then as soon as I, like, stray off the track, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to have, like, I don't know, chicken toasty or, like, something like that. It's just, like, comes back and it's just sitting in your guts and you're like, oh, no.
That's for most of people, even though they are not, like, intolerant, like, they are very sensitive to gluten for actually, like, 80%, 90% of the people. So, like, I don't eat gluten at all. Once in a while, like, sourdough, because it's fermented, so it's a bit, like, better to digest.
Easy,
but also, like, I would not eat it every day.
Yeah, okay, just a little treat type of thing.
Yeah, like, once in a while I do like
a little cheeky sourdough.
Yeah.
I love that. So So gluten, dairy products are probably like the main things that you should probably cut out. What's like something else people can do if they're like recognizing that they're getting bloating?
I mean, of course, enzymes, probiotics, prebiotics like help a lot. So like prebiotics is like, it's everything fermented, like kimchi and all of that.
Yeah, gotcha.
And then like...
It's like anything pickled, isn't it?
Basically? Yeah.
Cool.
And then like probiotics, so like taking a pill for it, and also like enzymes, so like help the digestion. Like that really helps a lot.
And so I don't know much about that, but like enzymes, probiotics, what do the enzymes do?
So I mean, everybody produces enzymes themselves, right?
Yeah.
Just like you get like let's say a bigger amount of enzymes to like help cut it, the nutrition. So like the protein gets back to amino acids, and like the carbohydrates gets to like glucose, and like so it's like
Helps
easier,
it,
like metabolizing to
Yeah.
break it down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what do you? Is that a supplement? Like you just buy that from a pharmacy or something like that?
Yeah. And a good supplement store. I would not buy it in a pharmacy.
Yeah, a good supplement. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, cool. And then what's one of the next big things that you help people with?
Also like nervous system regulation. I mean, we are all so stressed, like sitting in front of our laptops or our phones working, even though we don't have a 9 to 5. Like I think all we like entrepreneurs and all of that, we are quite high achievers and like really slowing down. Because like a lot of symptoms just are from nervous system regulation, because our nervous system is still in this like fight or flight. So like really bringing back to your body and like calming down, like integrating some routines, like having a slow morning, having time for yourself and all of that is like one of the biggest things people need.
Yeah, for sure. There's kind of like mixed emotions around like routines, I think. And I personally really like them. The craziest thing is that I don't do it. But when I do have like a routine or something, I definitely feel so much better. Like what did I used to do? I worked with a guy for a little bit, and it was wake up, no phone or anything like that. Like that was like the biggest thing that he said
100%.
to And then what was it? I think I'd go outside, try and stand in the sun if I could.
Yes.
I would then stack that with grounding, like bare feet on grass.
Yeah.
And have a peppermint tea.
Yeah.
And then after I did that, while I had my tea, I'd then journal like gratitude or something like that. I actually really hate gratitude journaling, I think, because
I don't do it every morning, being honest. Like, I think just doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, it's like I'm grateful for this
like,
podcast studio. I'm
that's the
grateful
thing,
for
you know,
you
like,
being here.
Yeah, it's like I integrate gratitude throughout my day. It's not like I have to sit down and write it in my journal that I'm gratitude, like I'm whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I feel the thing about routines, like a lot of people do it because like the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Which is not, I feel, the right thing. It's like more what works for you. But I do like what you said, like it actually starts with basics. No phone. So like all the like notifications who are like coming in, it's like setting your nervous system on fire, and then like go out, see the sun, ground yourself. I mean, I do like go to the beach sometimes as well, early mornings. Of course, everyone can't do it. Like if you're not in Bali, like you don't have a beach in front of your door, like in front of your house, but like ground yourself in the grass, bare feet. So like really starting with these basics will just improve your energy like crazy.
Have you seen, talk about not looking at phones, and I'm going to talk to you about a reel. Have you seen what is it? The guy, he stands on the ground and he's got a multimeter. Like the multimeter's like...
No, I think I haven't seen it.
Well, if you don't know what a multimeter is, it's like a multimeter just tests electricity from like A to B or whatever, and he hangs onto it and he's standing on a rubber mat, and it's like 0.006 volts or amps or whatever he's got it set to, and then he steps off and stands on the grass, and it like shoots up. It's not heaps, but because it's only like a tiny amount of electricity, obviously, but it's like a lot, like it's like a couple tens of thousands.
Like you get electrons from the earth. That's the thing, like because when we have like too much stress, we have too much like positive charge in our body. So when we ground, also like at the beach or like standing barefoot or whatever, hug a tree, whatever it is, we get the electrons back. So we neutralize this kind of positive charge. So like our body can relax again.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I'm going to start doing that again. Definitely going to start doing that again. And then what else did we say? We're talking about routines. We got into that. And then, like, do you have a wind down routine, like for your nighttime type of thing?
It's also phone, like not being with my phone in my bed. Of course, it's also not perfect. You know, sometimes it does not work out.
Yeah, for sure. No one's perfect.
Mostly like no phone, also like blue blockers. So like really block the blue light from like light and like all the artificial lights. I have my glasses on.
Yeah.
And then no heavy workout 2 to 3 hours before bed, and no heavy meal.
Yeah.
So like I have early meal normally like 6 p.m. around that, latest 7. So like my body has a lot of time to digest.
What happens when, like, because I'm a preacher for that as well.
Yeah.
I'm an early dinner, get it out of the way. I don't want to, anytime I go to bed with food, and actually the worst thing, and it's all coming together now as I'm saying this, I remember me and my dad one night, we had, got pizza for tea, or for dinner, and it was like, I don't know, it ended up coming fairly late. It was like 7-ish, maybe a little bit after. We had some pizza. We're both, Dad's not 6 foot, but we're both almost 6 foot.
Yeah.
I'm at one and Dad's at the other, but he'll get a laugh out of that. But I remember him saying to me in the morning, like, "Oh, how'd you sleep?" And I was like, horrible. Like, I just up all night, turning, twisting, blah, 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 bit of a stomach ache. He was like, yeah, same. He's like, I barely slept. And then, like, from that day on, if we ever had, like, pizza or anything like that again, we made sure we had it earlier, and we were getting, like, the thin crust pizza and all that type of stuff. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, that type of stuff's crazy. And then, but yeah, anyway, moral of the story is that, like, I try and have food nice and early, because otherwise it just keeps you awake. Like,
100%. I was like, because normally in the night, what your liver is doing is detoxing, like processing all the things. But if it's like just digestion based, it's like too heavy. Also pizza, I mean, pizza is like a lot of carbohydrates. So like your blood sugar rises like crazy, and then it like goes down. And so when you have that crash, you wake up.
Yeah.
Also, like blood sugar stability is like a huge topic for women and men throughout the day anyway, like to not snack, to like don't eat carbs on an empty stomach, even fruits.
Right.
Like there's like a huge topic when it comes to fatigue.
Yeah. So what should people be eating? What are the best things that people can eat, do you think?
For like dinner is like more light. So like actually like my heaviest meal is either breakfast or lunch.
Yeah.
And then at the dinner I have like lighter breakfast, not so many like fats and proteins actually. So best to have like a lot of protein, fats in the morning, nearly no or just like little carbs, depends on how much, like if you work out or so you can have a bit more carbs. Then like lunch is like kind of mixed, and then dinner is like more carbohydrates actually.
Yeah,
it
right.
helps because this means like no carbohydrates after 6 p.m. This is like such a lie. Like actually carbohydrates helps you sleep.
Yeah,
so
right.
so then I have like early dinner, more carbohydrates and fats and protein, so my body has not so much to digest. But like I eat meat, for example, like, and having a steak, I mean, I do like it once in a while, but like steak at dinner, it's just like so heavy to digest. It stays so long in the gut. So like this is not the best, like evening.
Protein's the hardest thing to digest, isn't it?
Yes.
So like, what type of carbs? Because we've spoken, I feel like people hear carbs and just purely think bread.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like when I talk carbs, it's more like potatoes, sweet potato, like carbs in any kind of veggie, like carrot, I don't know, pumpkin and whatever. So these kind of carbs. I mean, you can have rice. I just like something I don't like to eat.
Yeah.
Because like it rises my blood sugar like crazy. I just had it actually yesterday. I was like going out, and then I was like even early, and I had like a nice Indian curry and like with rice with it. And I was like, in the morning I felt no.
Yeah, just like unrested a little bit.
Yeah, and also like actually way more hungry, because when the blood sugar rises a lot and then it goes down a lot, it often goes down like under the normal like baseline, and then you get more hungry.
So I've done a little bit of study on this, and I'm probably not going to get it right because I haven't recalled it in a long time. That's why I keep looking up to the sky to try and remember all this type of stuff. But when you eat carbs, I can't remember the little gate that's inside your body that happens, but it opens up your tiny little gate which allows insulin.
Yeah. So anytime you eat, and especially carbs, so the carbs, like the glucose, glucose goes into your body through your gut, then insulin like goes out of your pancreas. I don't know what that is, like the normal word for it. I just learned.
Yeah, it is pancreas.
Is it still pancreas? So it's just this Latin word. So I was like, is it still like, is there another word?
Yeah. No.
Because in German there's another word for it.
Yeah, right.
So out of your pancreas, the insulin goes out, and then it makes the blood sugar go down again.
Yeah.
And if you see, like, for example, you have, I don't know, a cake and ice cream on an empty stomach, so there's a huge amount of glucose sugar in it. It rises so much, so the body has to produce way more insulin than normal, and that's why it goes down so quickly then.
Yeah, okay. So, right, so what should people be eating first? like in the sense of you've got an empty stomach.
Yeah.
Like I know you said in the morning, more proteins and fats and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Like kind of proteins, fats, carbs. If you were going to do this, that, then the next. Why should people do that? Is it does your body not produce as much insulin or like allow?
For example, if you have like veggies first,
Yeah.
so the fiber protects the gut lining, so the glucose goes way slower into the body. So then, of course, the rising is not that huge.
Yeah.
So you have the fiber first or the protein first is the same, more or less. So let's say you have a plate and you have like rice, you have veggies and protein. Start with veggies and protein first and eat the rice at the end.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. Don't just mix it all together and
Yeah.
straight into it. But no. I understand. I like it. Cool. So we're starting our morning off with proteins and fats, and then you can have a mix at lunchtime, and then preferably healthy carbs like veggies and stuff like that. Cool. What's the next thing that you deal with the most?
I think with women, especially like hormonal problems, like they have an irregular cycle, they have like crazy pain around the cycle, bloating around the cycle. And it's also like society is telling us this is normal as a woman, you know?
Yeah.
No, your cycle can be in ease and joyful.
Yeah.
Like once you connect to yourself again, like coming back to your feminine energy, which is like a huge part of it. Also in my own, let's say, way. I mean, when I was working in a hospital and all of that, I was so in my masculine energy because there were no room to be this like soft surrender, whatever.
Yeah.
So like coming back to your own energy, but also looking like nutrition wise and all of that, is like a huge problem for like a lot of women.
Yeah, nice. So obviously you do a lot more stuff with women and it's a lot different than
100%.
than men for good reason because they're a man and they're a man, I'm a man, you're a woman type of scenario. So why does it happen? Why does some people get, or some women get more pain and stuff like? Is that because of like stress, not eating right? Like, because I've never had a menstruational cycle in my life, so
I would guess.
So what are the things that like people can do to make it easier on themselves in this scenario? Because you hear a lot about like, you know, girls getting the cramps in their stomach and being bedridden and all that type of stuff. So what can they do?
I mean, of course, a lot comes back to stress and like nervous system regulation, especially because like we won't have like, let's say, two main hormones who runs our cycle, even though testosterone, all of that is still important. But like we have estrogen and we have progesterone. And a lot of women have way more estrogen compared to progesterone, which is why they have like this heavy bleeding, they have this cramp, they have this PMS symptoms, all of that. And it's mainly because of stress. So having a slow morning, like using tools I love, for example, like tapping. I don't know if you're like EFT. So you can literally tap, let's say, energy lines in your body and like acupuncture points to like stimulate the nervous system to calm down. You can even use it for manifestation. It's a crazy tool for like manifest easier. So like using these tools to like regulate your nervous system and like get rid of trauma and all of that. And then of course nutrition wise, it's like blood sugar, what we already talked about, like huge thing. Like a lot of people, like when you have these blood sugar like spikes and all of that, you get way more like insulin resistance. So like the insulin what's going through your body can't really help, kind of thing. So have a better blood sugar stability and more antioxidants, because like we have so much stress, or we have more like oxidative stress in our body, so we need like vitamin C, vitamin E, there's like omega-3, like there are tons of like antioxidants you can use to like help also your body reduce your stress on a like cellular level.
So I've spoken to people and I've asked this question a few times, but I'm keen to hear your like outlook on it. Why, like, are supplements good, or should you be getting, like, or should you be trying and getting as much as you can from the foods that you're eating and then supplement? Or can people have, like, because no one's ever perfect and no one's ever going to have the perfect diet or anything like that, like, you know, get takeout every now and again, or the processed foods and stuff. Like, you know, life's hard sometimes, and, you know, it's so much cheaper to buy the shittier food, and especially in westernized worlds at the moment where everything's like inflation's going up and everything's skyrocketing. Like sometimes you don't really have a choice. So supplementing those bad food choices or foods that you have to have with supplements.
So I think you can't supplement when you have bad food choices, first thing. Yeah. Also, I do think that buying these like unhealthier things isn't cheaper. Because, like, compared to like when I was younger, like studying medicine, I was kind of broke. I'm not coming from a rich family. I nearly had like 2 jobs beside my studying.
Yeah.
But I always had a healthy diet, even though I did not buy organic. I did not buy like the best whatever, but I always like bought veggies and all of that. So you still can have quite a healthy diet, even though you don't have a lot of money. So I think that's the myth. And also, I think you need supplements, yes. Because first, like, we all have way more stress than, let's say, 100 years ago because of technology and all of that. We had just have, like, busier lifestyles. So stress is, like, just depleting your nutrients. So you need supplements. And even though, for example, for myself, I would say I have quite a very good diet. And, like, not perfect, of course, but, like, really, like, let's say 90%. And I still use supplements because the things we can farm nowadays don't have the nutrients in it we had like years ago. There are like tons of studies out there actually showing that the nutrients are like way less in our food. So even though you have a good diet, you still need supplements. Even like have basic things, which is, so if I would choose just like basic supplements everyone should use is magnesium, omega-3, and amino acids, and vitamin D probably. So if I would choose 4.
Yeah, no, so they're the 4 ones that you just like,
everyone
take these.
Like every client I have these basics, and then I let them supplement based on their lab work or like what they need.
We'll get onto that, lab work. What should people be doing because I know it's super generic these days, getting blood tests, because I actually got some blood tests before I came back to Bali.
Yeah.
And the guy that I was working with is like, I need you to get like this panel of 50 things done. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, I've never done like the amount of blood that was getting taken out of me. I was like, holy shit, that's getting tested for so much stuff. But the things he come back with, and like, he was like, okay, this is all the things where you're like deficient in, or like you're too high in, and this is how you need to structure your diet. Do you do something similar to that type of thing?
Yeah, but I don't think you need that amount of testing. Like, I mean, you can test until you're dead, you know what I mean? Like, there's like tons of blood markers I could test. Yeah. So like more like keep it basic in a way, like keep basic blood work to like immune system, all of that. Look into inflammation, look into your hormones, man and woman, look into nutrients, and then you have actually quite a good panel. And then if you have, for example, like gut problems, look into your gut, like really like a stool test.
Yeah.
And then you can like see if someone else like needs something more specific. But if you have these like basic things, I do think that's enough.
Yeah, cool. And with like, because I know it's pretty confronting for people to do like stool tests and stuff like that. Like, what are the benefits of doing that? Just so that like anyone listening or watching can be like, okay, maybe I should go get that done.
Yeah, I mean, I do know it's not like a nice thing to do, right?
Yeah.
But compared to, for example, tests where you look into your gut with like a camera, you don't know nothing about your microbiome. So like the bacteria who are in your gut.
Yeah.
And this is linked to Alzheimer's diseases, to like tons of chronic like fatigue and whatever, like, right? So like to really see how is your gut like on a like bacteria level is like so important. And then you can also like do it like the therapy way more specific, because you know, okay, you lack in these kind of bacteria who are linked to your immune system, so your immune system needs more support, or you have like a lot of inflammation in your gut, so you need more antioxidants, whatever it is then.
Yeah, nice. And just while we're on the bottom end of this topic, parasites and stuff like that. Do you know much about any of that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge topic. I mean, I do see tons of reels about it, and I kind of start hating it.
Yeah.
So everyone is talking about it, and like nearly no one knows really what to do.
Yeah.
I do think it's like a huge topic. You really have to look into it, but there's like a huge but, because first, do all the basics. We don't talk about parasites if you're not grounding, if you're not having like your routine, you know, like I don't know, having sunlight in the morning, be in nature and all of that. Have a healthy diet. We don't have to talk about parasites if you're not doing the basics first. And second, let's say detoxing the parasites can also be a lot for the system. So you have to know when to do it. Because if you're already in high stress, right, your body can't handle it. You just make the situation worse. So first, like, stabilize your body with nutrients, food, doing the basics, proper sleep. I mean, sleep is one of the most important topics, like have a good sleep. And then we can talk about parasites.
It's, yeah, that's super interesting. I like that. I like the approach that you've got to it as well. Like, let's do all the things that we can first to make sure that you're feeling better than you were type of thing. Then if there's still something wrong, we can go into it. Because I feel like there's, like, it sounds fucked up and I don't want to scare anyone or anything like that, but there's like parasites in everything.
Yeah, like, I mean, also like you will never be without completely, you know? Like there's always like a bit. It's just like a thing of, are they cause like symptoms or whatever. Also, if you have like a healthy system, they won't do anything, you know? So like they like take energy from you until your body can't handle it anymore. Yeah,
super interesting. I like it. You've given so much value just there. I'm like still trying to process everything. I was trying to think of the next question just then, but I was like thinking about the microbiome or something that you were talking about before, and I was like, oh God. But no, there's so much stuff. So let's just run through what you think a good day looks like for someone, because I'm actually super interested. We've kind of like touched on bits and pieces, but like let's string it together for someone.
Sure. I mean, I can just talk about my day because like I'm self-employed, so I can like structure my day how I want. But so my morning is like no phone. I start with my ceremonial cacao. I do then like, I don't know, but something between 5 and 30 minutes sitting with my cacao depending on the day. But even though it's just like 5 minutes connecting with myself, really like clothing wise, feeling to my body, how I am today. Also, of course, depending on my cycle, I need different things. Then I go to the gym. Like any kind of movement. It's like yoga, stretching, dancing even, you know, like just like have any kind of movement.
Just something there.
Yeah, like something to like move your body and move your energy before you eat. So this is like I do every day. Before you eat? Yeah, before you eat. Okay. Because then you start helping your body to like have a faster metabolism, because when you eat first, it's like slower metabolism long term. Yeah. Okay. So I move in any kind of form. Then I go to the gym. Then I have a nice breakfast, like a lot of fats, a lot of protein. And then I start working. So like we are sitting here now, like we started at 11. So this is also like my, let's say, prime time. So like from like 11 to 1, 2, this is where like I'm the most focused. So knowing also when you have the most energy, because there are like people who are way more focused in the evening. Yeah. So then try to schedule your things around that time. Yeah, gotcha. So like for me, it's like 7 p.m. my brain is dead. Yeah, for sure. Like I am not very like productive. So then 11 to like 1 or 2, I do my work. So like I have, I don't know, whatever I'm doing. Like I have calls, or like I do my content and like all of that. Then I have like a break for lunch. Then I do have, because I do have a lot of German, Austrian, Switzerland clients. So I have calls between like 2 and like 4, because they are like in time different than I am. So, and then I think after 5, I would say like my day is, let's say, over. So like I'm just doing the things I want to do, whatever that is, socializing, going out. I do love watching the sunset here, which is like around 6 something. And this is like my perfect day. So I have nature every day. So like I do see the sunlight, of course, also in the morning. I often actually sitting on my veranda with my cacao. I have movement. I have community, so I like meet people or whatever, not every day, but like in general. I have time with myself, and I think that's quite a perfect day. Yeah, nice. I really like that. I think that there's some people out there that the time to yourself is like super confronting, so people avoid it. It's sad sometimes because like I know with myself, like I sit down and I sit with myself and I don't know, I don't do any body scans or like, you know, in my mind, or don't sit and try and feel or anything like that, because I
I know until like kind of speaking to you just now. It's actually so strange. I was really tired yesterday, and I was like, I'm just like typed in 15-minute meditation or something on YouTube, and then it was like, okay, like close your eyes, feel your body, start at the head, and then like I felt like I could actually feel like goosebumps type of thing, like running down my body as my mind was. It was like a laser scanning type of thing, and I just remember that now, but like it's so crazy that you were just talking about, or I was talking about that, and then yeah.
And I know that myself too. Like sitting with myself can be uncomfortable because there will be things you may not like.
Yeah.
But you can't run away from your problems and from your internal conflicts and like your trauma or whatever that is, right? Or your feelings, they will come in any kind of form. So.
Do you think it's worth like noting them, like writing it down, and trying to figure out a pattern or something like that, or?
I mean, I do journal a lot too, yeah. So when things come up, like, okay, what is this telling me? Or like, even like, let's say a situation in my life I don't like, and it's like, oh, this feels uncomfortable. Then I journal, okay, what is this telling about me? What do I can learn from it?
Yeah.
Because pain is the best way to grow. I mean, it's like when we don't like something, we can look deep into it. So everything you get in life is just the opportunity to grow.
Yeah, exactly. When it starts to get uncomfortable, you know you're probably in the right place, like, or you're in that growth phase.
Yes, but like you can start with it without having pain. So like it's way more easier when you just sit with yourself and let everything come up, whatever is there before it's like creating a huge pain or whatever, right? So I do know it's like not always comfortable, but long term it will create way more joy, abundance, love, bliss, whatever it is you want to have in your life when you can sit with yourself.
I'm going to take so much away from this today. No, it's so good. I think once you realize, like I said at the start, like I sometimes think this is a little bit mumbo jumbo, like all this type of stuff, and it's because we're conditioned to
100%,
that. Like
100%. Like we are, like our society is not creating room for it. Also, it's saying like these things are normal, like having symptoms or whatever. And this is why it's so important to come back to yourself. Also, things that may work for me, it doesn't have to work for you. So we are all individuals. There's no one fit all solution. Like if we talk about health or whatever, spirituality or something, for everyone something is working like in a way differently, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So really come back to yourself, what you need and what you are.
Yeah, test and trial, like
100%. I mean, I like, oh my God, when I talk about my life, how many like trial and error I had.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, and like I even spoke about it before about like I reckon I've tried like, you know, I know there's this big kind of stigma around like diets and all that type of stuff, but I've tried like paleo, carnivore, keto, like
been
high
there too,
carb, low carb.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
And that's the thing, you have to find what works for you. I tried nearly every diet. I was vegan. I would never do that again, to be honest.
Yeah.
Some people may not like to hear that.
Yeah.
But yeah, health-wise, I would never be vegan again as a woman.
Why is that?
Because like we just need the fats from animal. Like it doesn't have to be meat, but just like have butter, for example.
Yeah.
Like having my story, like after I had birth control and I stopped like taking it, I didn't have my period for fucking 1 year.
Wow, that's a long time.
And then I was vegan at that time.
Yeah,
and then I just started more what we call biohacking nowadays. So I had like a bulletproof coffee in the morning, butter every day. I had my period back after 1.5 months.
Yeah, right.
So,
and just quickly, people might get confused. Butter isn't a milk product, is it?
No, because it's mostly fat.
It's separated.
Yeah, and it's mostly fat, not very like lactose and all of that. So butter is actually if you have a good butter, so like from a good cow who's like grass fed and all of that.
Yeah.
It's actually quite a healthy product, and we do need that fats for our hormones. So all like testosterone, progesterone, estrogen is based on cholesterol. So we need cholesterol in our food, even though the body can produce it itself.
Yeah.
Also, but we do need it in food too. So like having like just butter saved my life.
Yeah.
Like
right.
hormone wise.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So sorry, I just really wanted to get that across because I was like, didn't you say before not to have milk product? And then I was like, as you were talking about it, I was thinking, but I still want to hear more about like why you wouldn't go vegan. Like obviously you just explained like the butter and stuff like that, but I feel like for a woman to naturally not have her period for a 12-month span and not be on birth control, that sounds like something's not right.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, And I do see like a lot of like vegan clients who that then just start having butter and actually eggs. So if I would have one superfood every day, it would be eggs. It's like one of the most nutrient dense food you can have, even better than meat.
Yeah, right.
So we need this cholesterol and this fat from like butter or eggs to like helping producing hormones, and even having a cycle who's not every month the same is not normal. Like a lot of clients I have who like start not being vegan, they have like, oh my god, my period pain goes away, or like, oh, my cycle is normal, like regular.
Yeah, that's super interesting. I wonder if anyone listening or watching is gonna like change, if they're a vegan, if they're gonna change. Because I know a couple of friends that are vegans or have girlfriends that are vegan and all that type of stuff. And like, I understand the premise behind being a vegan. Like it's lovely. I suppose you could say,
I have this conversation often with people.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think, let's say like even like life and death, like, you know, we can't avoid it. And even if we have, let's say, bread, animal diet too, just like smaller ones, rabbits, I don't know, whatever kind of insects, whatever. There's always like, let's say, dying in the process.
There's always something.
Yeah, and I just like take care what meat I eat.
Yeah.
It's like, this sounds wrong.
Yeah, said it backwards.
So like, is it like grass fed? Is it like not in a cage or whatever? So like, take care where the meat is coming from. And also I do believe, and I notice myself, like, what energy you put in it. So like, when I have this meat, I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm like putting this gratitude in my food. Like, the energy I'm eating my food with is like so important. It's like a signal to your body.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. I know that's kind of a nice way to look at it, I guess. Like, I know there's lots of people out there that don't care because they think like, the cows are grown like a crop, or like, you know, something like that.
And also like, maybe not like, I don't eat meat every day.
Yeah.
So I like to really listen to my body if I want it today or not. Like, I have periods where like, actually now, like, I feel like, oh, I don't really like meat that much at the moment. So like, I don't eat it 1 week, 2 weeks, and then I'm like, oh, I really crave steak.
Yeah.
So like, really be more intuitive.
Yeah, I like that. I've had actually, that just reminded me of something. I've had a conversation before with someone, and it really shifted my mindset around eating like fast food and stuff like that. And I can't remember exactly who it was. It was a while ago now, but they were saying the food that you eat creates the enzymes in your stomach, which creates the cravings for that type of stuff. So if you go have McDonald's or something, you're more likely to crave McDonald's.
Yes, and they put even things in it that you crave it more. And it disrupts your feeling of, am I hungry or not? Which why you like, for example, like you go to McDonald's and you have like one burger, so you crave more, even though your stomach is full.
Yeah,
but like the signal to your brain is like, I want more.
That's insane. I wonder, like, who come up with that?
Yeah, a very smart person for that industry.
Yeah, probably a very rich person, I would say.
Yeah, probably. But also, like, this is also like a good sign. Like, when you eat your food, am I like satisfied? So like, let's say I have a plate, and then do I feel after having my plate I still want food? Then probably I'm lacking nutrients.
Ah, okay. Like that feeling of feeling like satiated and stuff like that. Because I know as well when you know, when you've like had a big meal, like volume wise, and you're like, oh my god, I'm so full, and you've just like ate super fast type of thing. Like, do you think people need to slow down, eat less, because
chew more?
Yeah, because when you're actually full, if you actually get the feeling of being full, you've had too much food.
Yes.
Like that's
Yes. I mean, everyone has it once, like, you know, it happens, right? But like, how is your, like, let's say normal? Yeah. Like, slow down eating, breathe more, chew more, and then like the feeling of like I'm full comes after like 15 to 20 minutes. But if you like, you know, eat in like, I don't know, 3 minutes, and like bam, 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 I'm just eating, of course you won't have the feeling of I'm satisfied, and then you eat more, and then when the feeling really comes in, like your stomach is full after like, let's say 15 to 20 minutes, you feel like, oh my god, like I'm just like, it was too much.
I wonder, I might put a timer on my food. I'll go have lunch after this, and I'll put a timer on my food and see how, because I inhale food, like I just like gone. So that's one thing.
I'd say like if you eat like too fast, your body can't really digest the nutrients in it, because we like our nervous system has mainly two sides, right? So sympathetic nervous system, which is like more the stress response, and then we have the parasympathetic, which is rest and digest.
Yeah. Okay.
And if we eat in a stressful mode, eating fast, we are way more in the sympathetic, can't really digest in compared to like being in parasympathetic to like slow down.
Right.
So like, eating slower also gets you more nutrients into your body.
I love it. I love it. So, tell me, someone's working with you.
Yeah.
How long do you like to work with someone and like really figure it out for them?
I mean, I mostly start with like 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once in a while I have someone who just come for like blood work. We do 1 hour blood work, and unless they already did it, and I just like I look over it in a more holistic way, because they come like, my doctor told me like everything is normal and I still feel like shit.
Yeah.
It's like this I do sometimes, but like mostly I start with like 8 weeks. So we really look into all the things. We do blood work as well. We do maybe gut things or whatever like the person needs, right? Hormones and all of that. And then I do also energy work with them. So like we do mindset work. We really look also like energy wise. I really do like, I mean, how can I explain energy work, you know?
Yeah. I was
like,
just about to say,
it's like,
it's difficult.
I mean, in a way, like I'm just the vessel for whatever wants to come through. Like I do psychic readings, or like I really do energy work to like help the body heal. So it's like really you need at least 8 weeks to come to like, let's say, back to a baseline where you feel better. And then you have also like a plan when I'm not there with you anymore, that you know what to continue. Because in these 8 weeks, I'm more or less 24/7 with them. Like they always have like WhatsApp support. They can always write me.
Yeah.
So even though in between the sessions, something is coming out, they can look into it.
Yeah, nice. And if someone wants to like get in touch with you and stuff like that, is it just through Instagram type of thing?
Yes.
And I know a lot of your stuff is in German.
Yeah, I'm doing a mix at the moment. I know, like since I'm started like traveling again, like I'm in Bali since February, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, do more English content. I'm like, should I just skip German and like do just English? But I do a mix a bit.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's awesome. I think I've got so much to take away from this just for myself. Like I'm trying to. I'm gonna have to watch this back and like, sit down and take notes. I'll get the transcript and I'll throw it into ChatGPT and like give me all the takeaways from this that I can use. But no, it's super good, and I really appreciate you coming on and like sharing all that wisdom, because like I feel like it's going to benefit so many people, and it'll hopefully pique interest of people that need it, that are kind of closed off to this type of stuff, because it's such a big wide world out there, and the amount of information that we get fed, and like it's almost propaganda, half of it feels like. But no, I really appreciate you sharing everything, so thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
No worries at all. Amazing.